without Coach Bashir for Flame.
It's definitely, you look at his game, that tells you how calm he is. He knows what he has, on his sleeves. He knows they have the quality. So far, just one away game played. So far, they've crossed 3 times and only considered 1. And that's a good record, especially for a side playing away from home.
This is the Ghana Premier League Match Day 4, live from the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko versus Heart of Lions. Charles Bulu takes a look at his watch and he whistles for the commencement of the game. Albert Amwa gets us going for this game here at the Baba Yara. The early ball from Emmanuel Enchi. Out for the first throw-in of the afternoon. Yao so finds Ruben Hennessy. One of those very comfortable on the ball from defense. First foul of the afternoon committed by Ablo on Pisa. Here is Hennessy for Heart of Lions. Launches one in, but 2 Heart of Lions players, Abin Jr. bumps into his own player. Here's Ablo. Here with Joe. Amwa. Enchi. There's someone calm passing. Great composure being demonstrated by the Red Army here in the early stages of the game. Here's Hubert Jehu to Aqua. Samba O'Neal is giving the ball away. Ishmael Ado surges forward in confidence. He finds Kwanzaa for the Lions. Kwanzaa on to the right side. Obin Jr. is looking for space. All the way back to Hennessy. Here is H. Dogley. Shown a lot of promise since joining Heart of Lions. Had a great preseason. Now a chance to free him onto Kwanzaa. An opportunity to shoot. He hesitates. And Adabu Daswell to take possession. Here is Aqua. Long ball looking for Albert Amwa. He comes up against Ebenezer Alban. Swings in, but it's a poor delivery in the end from Albert Amwa.
Yeah, that was a poor one. Terrible ball from Albert Amwa. It looks on paper 4-3-3 by both teams, but the setup looks a bit more different. With Kotoko, you'd expect them to go, short because they have quality in midfield. Adabo, Enchi, and then also Jehu. All 3 players that have the ability to hold on to the ball and, resist press from the opposition. For Heart of Lions, we should expect that they could try finding the attackers right from defense, because that Kotoko might be slow, trying to transition from offense to defense, and that could be their trump card in this game.
Aqua Daswell to keep the ball in great energy. Here is Aqua. Beautiful play from Amidu Aqua. Donzo. Punchy. Good decision from Bulu, and down and still playing at the same time.
That's a bit more dangerous by Enchi, and that was a right ball by Bulu. But then that mazy run from Aqua, going past about 4 or 5 Lions players. Fortunately, that was too. Enchi just couldn't be trapped well. That's what you need sometimes. The quality for your attackers to take on players. Go past 2-3, create space for other attackers, and that's what Peter Amidu Aqua brings to this Kotoko setup.
Aban's header Here is Kwanzaa for Hearts of Lions. Pushed down by Pilari Adabu. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. It was obvious.
Yeah, that heckling, no pushing there by Adabu. And it's quite surprising he only joined this season. You know, the way he's gelled in together with Jehu, you know, has been something not many people have really taken note of. But these two players have really given Ainchi that freedom to also operate as a number 10 when it matters.
Lawrence Osei will start it all over for Hearts of Lions. Finds Yao Danso on the right. Hennessy, the giveaway possession. Here is a double for Asante Kotoko, but can get to Aqua with that ball.
Yeah, you could see that press from Kotoko to win the ball in the offensive third, but you know, they were not decisive enough with that ball, trying to go short, and then a bit overhit for them.
Obin Jr. is interested, and he's pushed Ablo down. Too aggressive from Kojo Obin Jr. He scored against Kotoko in the same fixture last season when Kotoko adopted the Obuasi Clay Stadium. He scored the only goal, but this time he's trying to win the ball in an illegal manner from Ablo.
Yeah, he's not scoring as many as you'd want from your forward, but you know, he brings tons of experience to that side. And Bashir Ford appreciates that, he acknowledges that, and that's why he's always on the team sheet, and that's what he brings to you. Energy, that press up front, he hustles defenders for balls, and on that occasion, that hustling just didn't go his way.
Here is Joseph Ablo, Enchi, Lord Amwa. Shows great confidence, he goes down, Bulu right there, whistles, free kick is quickly taken. It's a lovely switch from Enchi to Aqua. He's up against Yao Danso. Was trying to thread one to Amwa. Yao Danso gets the ball away for Hearts of Lions. And Joseph Amwa hangs on for Kotoko. Samba Oneo, a double. Here is Amwa. The idea was good, but the communication and the execution gives them up.
Yeah, obviously his intentions were so clear, but execution a bit poor. For Kotoko, it looks like down the left-hand side of attack where Peter Amidu is operating has been, you know, their best outlet so far in the game. We've seen him take on defenders a couple of times already. He has the energy now, and they need to be playing that ball through him a bit more often if they would want to get something in this first half.
Ruben Hennessy. Kotoko yet to lose in their last 10 games at Bayera Sports Stadium. A situation that makes it tricky for Hearts of Lions, but they are confident in the fact that they beat Kotoko away from home last season, although it was at the Clay Stadium. It was still Asante Kotoko's home grounds.
Yeah, and it's always been difficult for Kotoko when adopting, you know, other home grounds as their home. This is the traditional home grounds of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They've made so much history, and last season, I think it really affected them.
Albert Amwa was trying to control that one. There's an appeal for offside from the Hearts of Lions left back, Benjamin Bismarck Enin. Ruben Hennessy. Lawrence Osei, a major reason Hearts of Lions did so well in last season's Premier League after breaking out from the ranks of Liberty Professionals. He's grown and matured into one of the finest goalkeepers on the local scene, Lawrence Osei.
2 seasons ago, he was a bit, you know, inexperienced. a rookie. And he's learned on the job. They've trusted him as well, and he's now paying, or repaying the faith the manager had in him all the while. And it's really been good for them having such a good goalkeeper between the sticks.
The Kotoko captain Samba O'Neill wins the foul. That's the Liberian Chance Freeman who pushed the Kotoko's keeper down. Hilaria Dabo. Good play from Morrison Donzo to take possession for Kotoko, but Cuba hits the ball and he goes out for the Lions throw. And we've done 10 minutes at the Babayara Stadium. Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil.
Yeah, Donzo had free space. He had acres of space in front of him to exploit. Unfortunately, that first touch, second touch, not good enough. Just overruns it. And he's not also replicated that scoring form of Kwame Poku from last season.
Dogley. Ateje, good to Kwanzaa. He's looking for Obin Jr. Obin, ball intercepted by Aqua. Obin Jr. controls it down. Here is Kwanzaa. But Ablo steps up for Kotoko and clears the danger.
That was a big chance. Big chance. Falling the way of Kwanzaa.
Ishmael Ado to Obin Jr. He's up against Joseph Armour. Here is Obin Jr. Swings in across to the front side. Ateje can't control it well as Lord Armour heads it out for a Hearts of Lions throw.
Yeah, they're going a bit more expansive. Obin Jr. drifting to the right hand side. Seconds ago, he was a bit more central, and that's what you do. You try to pull, those two centre backs along with you, trying to create narrow spaces for your teammates to attack, and that was what caused that first chance that fell to Hearts of Lions. Unfortunately, that was miscued.
Early injury concern for Hearts of Lions attacker Paul Ateje. Ateje scored in that 4-1 win over 11 Wonders. He's been a crucial part of this Bashir Airport side right from the off-season top four. He should be fine now, Ateje.
Yeah, the heaviest of contacts. Football is a contact sport. You would always expect that to happen. He just fails to control that initial ball. Had to backpedal a bit before heading that one and trying to control for the second time. Being caught there. This time it's Echedogli also holding his face now.
Entry to throwing for Lions. Any Kwanzaa. Here is Enim. Question across. Good reaction from Hilaria Dabo. He had to be there. Great awareness from the midfielder.
Yeah, quick reaction from Adabo to smell that danger and just deal with it very quickly, faster than anyone else or any Kotoko defender would even realize there was danger looming there. And gradually Hearts of Lions are making inroads.
Ateje goes out again. That will be early blow for Bashir Hayford. He might just be forced to make a substitution, not planned, but through injury. Danko swings one to the near post, away by Ablo. Here is Armour. Infringement advantage of Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, he left off Armour caught napping there. So trying to transition that ball quickly into attacking. It was just caught there.
Echedogli. Kotoko retake possession. Here is the former Brickham Chelsea right back, Lord Armour. Donzo. Another former Brickham Chelsea player. He was a hero for Kotoko last weekend in Abeokuta, Nigeria, when he scored the only goal in that Confederations Cup game against Kwara United FC. That has taken Kotoko to the next stage where they have a date with Moroccan Giants without Athletic Casablanca in a fortnight's time, hoping to play that game at this venue in Kumasi.
Yeah, he's a top talent, top talent, and it's even interesting to note he's not been with this club for 3 months and already he looks at home, settled, and that's the quality he brings into the setup. And some people thought he was going to struggle actually. We've seen players move from pitching, Chelsea, those broad teams, and we've not really seen the best out of them because Kotoko has so much pressure. The fans are always crying for more, and you would always have to be on top of your game. And already Joey is showing glimpses of that quality he brought from Chelsea.
Adabo is aiming at Iduakwa, but Yaudan so is pressed to the ball. Here is Yaudan so. Sergius brought down by Hilary Adabo. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Adabo had to take this one for the team.
Yeah, he's mopping up, but it wouldn't be long because play, with this kind of aggression, he might enter into the referee's books already. This is the second time, he stopped a Heart of Lions quick transition, and that's the role he's playing.
So Paul Ateje has gone off. It's not looking good. Coach Bashir Effort has been forced to bring on Kojokuma Macaulay. Ateje, very instrumental in Hearts of Lions' rise to the top of the Premier League this season. He already has a goal and had to be taken off in the first quarter of an hour of this game. Bashir might be a worried man at this point.
Yeah, that's every coach's nightmare. No coach wants that to happen, especially with barely 20 minutes played. And that would also alter the system. It would alter the setup, in a way. Yeah, it could be like-for-like replacement, but player profiles a bit different there. We know Ateje, he sniffs chances, he sniffs goal-scoring opportunities. Diet as well, a good dribbler as well. But Macaulay would also have to, live up to that expectation, especially coming out for a player like Ateje, who's always been instrumental to Bashir Hayford's setup. Could also add some bite up front for them. For the teams that are showing each other a bit more respect, we've not seen them press so high, try to force mistakes off, the other defense, but perhaps just a warming up.
Here is Jehu trying to find Donzo. Just couldn't control one more from Donzo. Off a defense splitting pass from Cuba Jehu.
Yeah, he was, but for a second you'd be thinking he was half an inch offside there. But that was a good run over there, yes. That might have been ruled out, even if he had tucked that into the unrushing Lawrence will say. But it was a good run. Just looking on the shoulders of these defenders and making that good run.
Here is Konsa for Hearts of Lions. Ebenezer Arbon to Hennessy. Enim to Freeman. Dogley. Now Ishmael has got so much space in front of him. It's a brilliant ball to Freeman. Freeman shoots and it's gone over the bar. Glorious chance missed by Freeman.
He should be doing better from there, Freeman. He should be hitting the target there from that distance. He had options, but he just decided to test, Adari himself, and that ball was a bit disappointing, and the reaction, on the face of Bashir Hayford tells you that would have meant a lot to him if that had gone in. Just look at that with the left foot. He struck that, but that wouldn't worry Aziz Adari at all.
Robin Hennessy. Hennessy goes long, but ends up giving it away. Joseph Amo has a bandaged head after a head injury a few moments ago. Advantage Heart of Lions as Ishmael Ado wins the foul for Heart of Lions.
Yeah, for now, every injury to Kotoko will be crucial, looking at the fact that they have that game against WAC, on the horizon. These players would have to be careful. In as much as they would want, accrue points in GPL games, they would still need to be careful because, playing against WAC, you always need your top players.
Here is Donzo, Amwa, Jehu, over elaborating has got Jehu possession, and here is concept for Heart of Lions. Ishmael Ado has got space. It's a good ball trying to find Obin Jr., but the flag is up and Obin Jr. is offside.
Yeah, a fraction too early from Obin Jr., but another defense splitting pass there. That was a good through ball, through the defense of Kotoko for Obin Jr. to just attack that ball in space. That's what we spoke about. For Heart of Lions, they have that quality, to go beyond that line midfield and find attackers in wide areas. And we've seen Obin Jr. play centrally. He's moved to the left-hand side now, to the right-hand side, and he's just trying his luck everywhere he finds himself.
21 minutes at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi. Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. At the TNA Stadium in Takwa, Mediama have taken the lead against Nations. Here is Hennessy with the drive, but it's gone way high over the top for a goal kick to Kotoko.
Trying his luck from there, from a distance about 30 yards. Robin Hennessy had the power to drive there, but lacked accuracy.
Samba O'Neill, entry. Lord Amwa shows too much of the ball to the opponent, but he shows resilience and takes up the ball. Morrison Donzo is interested, but Alban is arriving, and Alban does well to get the ball away. It's a Kotoko corner.
Yeah, he just had to tidy up. With no complications there, Alban just going with the simplest way. Just hit that one out of play. At least give them some respite, some time to regroup again. Try to shape up defensively and deal with this, threat.
Joseph Amwa to take the corner for Asante Kotoko. He joined at the start of the season from Legon Cities. Started in that game against Kwara United FC in Nigeria last weekend. And he swings one in. Well defended by Hearts of Lions. Here is entry. It's Joseph Amwa. Lord Amwa to Hubert Jehu. Good ball to Amwa. He wants to go down the line and he's won himself a corner. Obin Jr. did well with the tracking back duties just to prevent Amwa from getting a clean cross in there.
That was some good defensive work by Obin Jr. there. He tailed Amwa. Just look at that. Matched up the speed and that outstretched left leg of Kojo Obin Jr. deflecting that one out of play.
Joseph Amwa again to take the corner for Asante Kotoko. Amwa this time to the near post, and Obin Jr. steps up to head it away. Here is Amwa again for Kotoko. Looking for space to send another cross in. He does well, but it's straight to Lawrence Osei. Referee's whistle has gone because flag was already up for offside.
And I believe the culprit here was Amwa after he received that return ball again. I'm not seeing Kotoko attack these balls with aggression, and they've made it so easy. 2 corner kicks to them already, but we've not seen anything promising from these set pieces. They need to be more aggressive. You have Ablo and also Samba in defense, and we are talking about 6'4" defenders with that height. You always need to get something from these corners. That's how you sometimes win games. You can not sometimes or all the time even break down teams from open play, and sometimes you just need to be reliant on these set pieces to get goals.
Lord Armour has been very lively at the right back, and Kuma might just get a first yellow card. You'll be lucky if he doesn't get a card from Bulu. He just got introduced into the game following the injury to Ateje.
Cynical challenge there by Macaulay Kojo.
Ishmael Ado. Awkward clearance from Besmakenim. Jehu. Now Morifin Donzo to Lord Armour. That's what to go past his marker, swings in across. Albert Armour onto the crossbar. Spectacular effort from Albert Armour, just denied by the crossbar. And Kotoko still have possession. Here comes Armour. He gives it away to Kwanzaa. Eche Dogley. Kotoko showing great aggression. Hilaria Dabo swings in across, and Alban heads it down. Here is Adabo again. And this time, decision will go the advantage of Hearts of Lions. But how about that effort from Albert Armour? Instinctive, spectacular, only to be denied by the bar. Just look at the cross from Armour and look at overhead kick from Albert Armour. Brilliant stuff. Only the crossbar saved Hearts of Lions.
Yeah, the sound of that so echoing, you can hear it. Armour just striking that against the woodwork there. That was a good ball, good delivery, sweet, sumptuous delivery into the box.
Hearts of Lions want to come up with their own reaction. Eche Dogley, Ishmael Ado. Bismarck Enim sends in a cross away by Ablo. Here is the outdone so far. Hearts of Lions. Last touch coming off Amidu Aqua. Hearts of Lions have a corner.
And you're gradually putting men in the box out of Lions. At that instance, you could see them winning the second balls right in front of the Kotoko defense. That's how active they've been. Beating Kotoko to some second ball so far in the game. That ball landed straight to Ado. We'll just take a swipe at it.
Lions have a corner. Bismarck Enim to take. The left footed will come in with an in-swinger, and he bends one to the near post away by Albert Armour. Aqua to Armour. He's aiming at Morifin Donzo, but it is Jehu who have stepped up for Kotoko, but he can't go past Eche Dogley. He's gone on to foul Eche Dogley, a decision that has been greeted with displeasure from the Porcupine faithful, but clearly it was a foul.
Yeah, Eche Dogley clearly was trying to win that, after losing possession of that ball to Dogley cheaply. He had his arms wrapped around the waist of Dogley. You can see over there, he had a chance to just nick that one in front of Dogley. Unfortunately, his body was late to react to get in front of that ball, and Dogley would just steal that one. It's been a careful approach by both teams so far, especially when trying to win the ball. You can see both teams have the luxury of playing from the back. They're building up until they get to the final third, but barring that spectacular kick from Albert Armour, we've not really seen quite a lot of quality in the attacking third.
Here is Jehu for Asante Kotoko. He wasn't aware of his surroundings. He's able to win the foul for Asante Kotoko.
That was a bit late from Bespakedin. They're trying to tap the ball away from Jill.
Albert Amwa stealing the ball away here. Ado for Hearts of Lions, forming a very good partnership with H.A. Dogley in the middle of the park. Here is Obin Jr. Picks chance to Freeman, but here Yao Danso finds Kwanzaa. Now Dogley. This is Yao Danso for Hearts of Lions. In Macaulay Kuma. Yao Danso on the right side for Hearts of Lions. He's got Amwa before him. Ado to Danso. Can control it first time. And Aqua will step forward. Jehu plays a good one to it. Aqua, who has got Hennessy and Yao Danso approaching. He hangs on and comes to the middle to look for Enchi. Now Amwa. It's interesting how both Murray Fundonza and Amwa have come so deep to get involved in the play. And Amwa again with a spectacular overhead kick, but this time it goes just over the top for a goal kick.
So hard-working, Amwa. Know everywhere on the pitch, especially when his side, are in attacking mode. Just look at that. Another spectacular attempt from the Kotoko forward. And interestingly, the last time they played here in a home game was match day 33 of last season, where they beat Midiaba. He scored 3 times, and since then Kotoko have never played on these grounds again in the Ghana Premier League. And that would mean a lot to him, to at least after scoring on match day 1 against Chelsea, to get himself another goal here.
The ever-present Asante Kotoko Porcupine Tertiary supporters group. Their loud voices are being heard everywhere in the stadium. That's the Liberian import. Lawrence Osei must be telling him to ensure that he moves into the right spaces in between Ablo and then Samba O'Neill. We've seen little of him in this first half, but for that opportunity that he messed up.
And I think that was the advice from Osei to keep a bit downwards. He was thinking that was just goal bound.
Ado will also have a tete-a-tete with Obin Jr. Then I see Kamara, the Kotoko reserve goalkeeper, also issuing out instructions to his players. At this point, everyone's word is important.
Yeah, of course, you'd want to take that. That's a mini pep talk. Not the usual 15-minute halftime pep talk, but just some little advices over there. But then for a minute, they thought that ball had gone out, so you could see them slowing down a bit, slowing from the Kwandu Hearts of Lions defense. And just look at that. That was just spectacular. Albert Amwa and Hearts of Lions knew that they've been let off the hook just with that one, because there was no way Lawrence Osei was saving that.
Enim, Obin Jr. has moved to the left-hand side of attack. He's up against Amwa. He puts a lot of pressure on Amwa and wins the throw-in for Lions.
And that's what they're doing now, Lions, interchanging positions up front, trying to pull defenders out of position.
Kwanzaa. Kotoko will take possession. Here is Morifin Donzo. Hubert Jehu. Amidu Akwa. That's what to pick out Albert Amwa. Here is Amwa. Good play from Amwa to go past 2 players, but Ebenezer Aban is at the right place at the right time to save the situation for Lions, and Hennessy gets it away to Kwanzaa. Kotoko will take back possession. Here is Enchi. Amidu Akwa can't go past Yao Danso. But that was some brave movement from Albert Amwa to find his way in that position.
And he's a courageous attacker. You know, sometimes he manages to get it done all by himself. On match day 1, we saw him with that solo run from about 30 yards out, you know, racing down the defense of Bekum Chelsea to slot home their win over them. Today we've seen him do a couple, you know, 2 acrobatic efforts from him, and on that occasion he makes it difficult for the defenders to tail him. It makes it difficult for them for the defenders to track his runs, because he loves to play off the shoulders of the defenders. Ball to feet, he's okay with it. If you play to space as well, you know, he loves it as well, because he has the speed and the pace, you know, to just get at the end of these balls, and that's what he's doing now. He's causing Hennessy and Aban lots of problems this afternoon.
35 minutes. Sunday special at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. Here is Samba O'Neill. GPL. He's such a delight to watch. Brilliant player by all standards. He dinks one looking for Donzo, and Aban steps up. You are thinking Donzo could have doubled his steps to get to that ball.
Yeah, that was a good ball. GPL. The fans are already loving him. Each time he gets the ball at his feet, you know, something magical could just pop up. He's becoming a special player for this side, despite the fact that he's not completed a full season already.
Qualities has never been in doubt. The Congolese Samba O'Neill, he leads from the back with such maturity and composure, and he's got a lot of respect from his teammate Samba O'Neill.
Yeah, and you don't forget to mention the fact that he's a winner as well. He's captained the side to a couple of trophies, the first one being that FA Cup triumph over Golden Kicks a couple of months ago. We saw them win the Toyota Cup as well as the President's Cup. Let's not forget. So, you know, it's not just about the leadership skills, but, you know, that winning drive aligns with that of the coach as well, I believe.
Chance of Freeman, the Liberian for Hearts of Lions, now being junior. Inch did well to shove him off the ball, but Amwa clears it and is hanging in there. Flicked on by Donzo. Referee whistles, Kotoko has the advantage.
Yeah, but some showing there. And Kotoko will win that free kick. And, you know, for Heart of Lions, they'll be pleased with what they are seeing, especially Bashir Hayford. 37 minutes, and knowing that their sheets are still clean away from home, especially at this grounds where it's always difficult for any visiting team. They'll just take those positives.
Abing Jr. He's pushed down Lord Amwa. Free kick. Hoho United have taken a 2-goal lead against Kare incident that took Lord Amwa down. Abing Jr. was caught just tugging his shirt, pulling him down, and Bulu got the decision right. So it's Madiama 1, Nations 0, Dreams 0, Vision 0, and Madiama are up by 1-0 against Nations. Hoho United lead by 2-0 against Karela at the Babayara Stadium. After 38 minutes, it's Kotoko 0, Hearts of Lions 0.
Hey, look at this fixture. It's a potential title decider, you know, for either team. For Heart of Lions, 3 out of 3 didn't really come easy, you know, especially with that impressive performances coupled by that away win in Tema over 11 Wonders. Just placed them in a position where they've started believing that they can challenge for the league for the second straight season.
So last season, Hearts of Lions finished second on the league log with 60 points, 17 wins, 9 draws and 8 losses. Scored 38 goals in the process and conceded 24. So they've got a confidence they could challenge for the title this season. Like Josiah rightly said, they've come into this season with a lot of expectations as far as the title is concerned, Hearts of Lions.
Yeah, once you go close to it one season, the next season, you'll be hoping that this time you could be second time lucky and, you know, just claim that ultimate trophy. Last season they were in contention to win it until the last day before BBA Gold Stars put forth past Accra Lions to send them down and also confirm their win.
Ishmael Ado for Lions. Now chance to Freeman. It's a clumsy challenge from Joseph Ablo. Bulu whistles for a kick for Lions.
Yeah, that was a hard challenge, but then a good ball. And just look at Freeman. Just takes it a bit away from Ablo. Now Ablo just sliding in, catching Freeman there. I just believe that should have been a yellow card offense. That was a bit aggressive by Ablo. Such a robust defender he is. Barely allows anything to go past him.
Another injury worry for Hearts of Lions. Their Liberian forward chance to Freeman complains of some pains, and Ablo will be warned by Charles Bulu. The next offense, and he gets a yellow card for his troubles. "40 minutes at the Baba Yara Stadium. Asante Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Former Bechem United goalkeeper Aziz Dari making his Premier League debut for Asante Kotoko. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Dansu swings one, and Adari pushes it away for a corner. Aziz Aruna Adari was one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League last season. Caught the attention of Asante Kotoko, who brought him in following the exit of Captain Asari. Bismarck Enim trying to pick out Yao Danso again. Yao Danso sets up Ishmael Ado. His effort is blocked by Samba, and the Hearts of Lions corner. We're into the final 3 minutes of the regulation, 45 minutes to wrap up the first half. Asante Kotoko coming close with that Albert Amwa effort. Hitting the woodwork. Bismarck Enim to the near post. Here is Yao Danso. Back to Enim. He goes low, but it's cleared by Amwa. Heckling on the part of Kuma on Joseph Amwa. He came in from Legon Cities, and he's expected to give Patrick Esiedu a very stiff competition for a place at the left back position. There's also Francis Aqua, who joined from Bechem United, and all of them are left backs for Joseph Amwa. He can also play on the offensive positions as a number 8 and sometimes as a winger. Eche Dogley. Konsa. Obin Jr. with the outside of his foot is able to get to Freeman. Now Konsa. Good run from Konsa. That's what to keep the ball in. He swings in across. Samba has missed, but Adabo is there and finds entry. Aqua. Fouled by Yao Danso. Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Yao Danso knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't want to allow any space to make a move, since that could be dangerous. Albert Samoa is furious. He thinks it should have been to his advantage. We have a look at it again. Did he get a final touch? Now it should be a Kotoko throw-in. You can't agree with Amwa. It's 45 minutes here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. We're doing 2 additional minutes. Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. It's a poor ball from Lawrence Osei. He's gifted Kotoko a throw-in. Stoppage time of the first half. Here is Hubert Jehu to Albert Amwa. Amwa sends in a cross, headed away by Hennessy. It's a handball against Ishmael Ado. He claims innocence, but Bulu was right there. And Kotoko have a free kick in a very advantageous position. Not too sure about it, whether it was a handball or not, but I think Bulu might have gotten the decision wrong. Yellow card has been flashed to the Hearts of Lions player Enim. It's a free kick. Emmanuel Entry is a set-piece specialist, and Joseph Amwa is also showing interest. We're into the final seconds of stoppage time. It will be Emmanuel Entry, and it's horrible. Horrible. All for effort from Emmanuel Entry. He should be doing better from that range entry. Confirmation of the yellow card. It is Ruben Hennessy who is yellow carded, not Enim. Charles Bulu has blown his whistle to end the first half of this match day for top liner in the Ghana Premier League. Sunday special action at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The first half has come to an end, and it's Asante Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. Hearts of Lions got a glorious opportunity that fell to Freeman the Liberian. He flapped it. Albert Amwa was denied by the woodwork with a
angle, all angles, and motivation.
55 minutes. Hearts of Lions holding Kotoko to a goalless drawn game here. Poor pass from a double. Here is H.A. Dogley. Chance to Freeman. Brought down by Joseph Ablo. Free kick. Hearts of Lions.
That was just a clumsy one from Ablo on Chansman, just right from his blind side. Just clatters into his left leg. Let's see Freeman just trying to set up Kojo Bean Jr., who was on his way, trying to attack that ball, hoping it would have been played into space. But for H.A., he's really held the fort for Heart of Lions, but he needs to transition that ball quickly. You didn't find him in the attacking third, but wherever he has the ball, he needs to make it move faster, and that's what a coach has been asking for. See him screaming on that touchline, asking for them to transition the ball faster if they would want to unsettle the Kotoko defense.
Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Yao Dansu swings one in. It's flicked away by Samba. Returned by Ishmael Ado. Emmanuel Entry picks out Amwa. Again, it's Ebenezer Aban who's stepping in the way of Albert Amwa. Shows great leadership from the back, but he's gifted Kotoko possession. Now Aqua. Osei. Albert Amwa onto the path of Aqua. Aqua looking for options. He finds Amwa, who sends in a cross. Lawrence Osei gets it away. Lucky there was nobody from the Kotoko end to pounce on that ball. Good play from Joseph Amwa. He did well not to lose possession. Here's Amwa. Aqua. Still hangs on to possession now. Enchi. Here comes Lord Amwa. Swings in across, not good enough. Headed away by Aban. Now Hearts of Lions can now make a move away. Macaulay. Ado. Enim. Dougley will spread it wide to the right side where Yao Danso will step forward for life.
And for now, you can see at least they're moving a second faster than they used to now, because Kotoko would always move into that shape defensively, try to block the spaces, and you usually allow that to happen each and every time.
Here is Bismarck Enim for Hearts of Lions. Jehu fights back and Lions have a throw.
It looks like Pedro Benjumia is not fine. He took a hit. Now there's back right after that ball rolled over.
Concept for Lions.
Well, that's uncalled for. You don't roll back onto the pitch again after rolling out with that injury. That's Enim, not Kujobin Jr. That's Bismarck Enim, the left back for Hearts of Lions, and definitely he'll be carded for that.
He's going to get a yellow card for his troubles. No mercy from Charles Bulu, the immigration officer. He's going to punish him for deliberately coming back onto the field when indeed he had to be outside and being attended to as an injured player.
And ironically, we've not seen any cards for the hard flying tackles and all that, and for Enim to get his name in the books of referee Bulu for this, tells you that perhaps his leniency has just hit its threshold, and he believes that he needs to. But that's the law, and he just applied the law. But you don't roll back onto the pitch after rolling out, when injured, and when you also need some medical attention. And Enim, at that point, knew very well that he would be carded. And you think that a couple of months having not played a single game here, that's just a sort of reception you would always want.
Lions are preparing for another substitution.
Just in this game though, but you're looking at other games played, and we're just 4 weeks into a new season, and coaches have to force early substitutions. So that we had to vote at Bechim where Abdul Karim had to be taken off earlier in this game. Amwa had his head bandaged, and injury concerns as well for Paul Ateje, who had to be taken off the game. This time is a knee. It tells you that it's just going to be a long season for these teams, and it looks like a much more competitive season. Looking at how it's panning out.
It's been a perfect start for Hearts of Lions, and that perfect start has been given the real test this afternoon in Baba Yara Sports Stadium. They began the season by beating Dreams FC 1-0 in Pando, followed it up with a 4-1 win over Wonders. And here comes Jehu. I thought he was going to go for goal. He decided to pick out Aqua. And here is entry. He kills one and it goes over the bar. Indecision on the part of Hubert Jehu.
And that was a big chance gone begging there. Hubert Jehu should really be disappointed with that decision he chose to go with. So instead of just trying to cut that one back onto the part of an old Russian teammate, he rather decided to dink that one into, the box, eluding everyone. And that was a big chance. He could have even had a striker goal, perhaps just hope that would go past Lawrence to say.
Here is Obin Jr. Scored against Kotoko last season. His effort is headed away by Armour. Osei. Another wayward ball from Hilary Adabo.
Yeah, the intention was to find Albert Armour. He thought Albert was already making the run. He was onside though, but that ball had too much power from Hilary Adabo. So he tied it up in midfield, provided some excellent covering for the defense as well. But those offensive passes from deep, I think he should work on them.
News coming in indicates that the game between Samatex and Aduana has been rained off at the Century Arena in Samaraboy. Sure, it's going to be replayed tomorrow at the same venue.
And that Samatex will like that. They lost a couple of seasons ago after one game was rained off against Nations FC. It's something they'll be happy about.
Good play from Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa was loaned out to Oko United last season, and Atop Lions recalled him at the start of this season. Could you say fouling Yao Danso, free kick out of Lions.
Yeah, Danso clearly with the advantage here. Tried so well, to get in front ahead of his marker. That was an illegal use of the arm there on the face of Yao Danso.
Adabo's ball, Amwa is chasing for it, but the flag is up. And Albert Amwa, he disagrees with the assistant referee, but the referee insists that he was offside.
Exactly, perhaps he timed his run, and this team knows the quality of Amwa. Earlier on, it was a double trying one, but unfortunately that was too heavy for Amwa. But whenever that ball is being flowed, into that position, always expect Amwa, to just raise and get onto that one.
Asante Kotoko have taken off Joseph Amwa for Patrick Enchi. Walid Husseini Neymar have also taken the place of Emmanuel Enchi. Like-for-like substitutions from Karim Zito.
Yeah, one left back for the other, one attacking midfielder for the other. So again, you look at the profiles of Walid Neymar.
It looked like a fair challenge from Samba O'Neill, and he disagrees with the call of the referee.
So that should be a yellow card.
We get a second look.
Yeah, he won the ball, but he made contact, and
he made a heavy contact.
I think that was why referee Bulu had to whistle for that. And Samba's frustration just letting him down. For a moment, he just lost.
Clearly, he had won the ball, but that contact was not a minimal contact. It was a heavy contact that denied the player the access to that ball.
For a player, he'd be thinking, I won it cleanly, and that shouldn't have been a foul. A calm player, for him to have lost his cool for a minute, he snaps, then he realizes, no,
and he gets a yellow card for his troubles.
He gets
Samba O'Neill. It's a fine opportunity for Hearts of Lions. Yao Danso, Bismarck Enim. All of them showing interest alongside Ishmael Ado. But it looks like it'll be that Yao Danso territory. Bismarck Enim has got a very powerful left foot, and he's got a technique to deliver as well. is Yao Danso. Danso sends one and it's off target. Goal kick.
Not a bad strike. But then again, once it's not on target, it's not troubling. Aziz Dari goes in post for Kotoko. No, first effort, he manages to get that one over the wall, but just a bit too wayward.
Lord Amwa fouled by Kuma. Free kick, Kotoko.
And we are down the stretch where everything matters now in this game. If you have to go physical, you need that individual brilliance as well. You just have to get it from your players, your top players, and this is the time that coaches will be counting on those X-factor players to win the game for them. And look at that Kotoko setup, and you have a bunch of them, game winners. Albert Amwa, Walid Husseini, Samoa. These are match-winning, players with match-winning mentality.
Samba O'Neill steps forward and heads the ball away from Chancellor Freeman. Vision have equalized against Dreams and is 1-1 at the Tuba AstroTurf. Dreams 1, Vision 1. Nations FC have also equalized against Madiama in Takwa. Kojobin Jr. is making way, same as Chancellor Freeman. Faisal Chowe takes the place of Obin Jr. and Michael Efson will take the place of Obin Jr. Michael Efson was a hero last week when they beat Bechem United by 1-0 in Kwando. He joined from Samra Boy Samatex. Michael Efson, he was a member of the under-20 team that won the African Games under Desmond Ofer about a year ago. Michael Efson expected to add some firepower to the attack of Hearts of Lions.
Yeah, he's been their super sub. He came off the bench to score that goal against Bechem, and more will be expected of him today in this game as KG as it's getting now. Let's not forget during his season with Samatex as well, he chipped in some goals to help that team claim the title during that title winning season, together with Adamu and Co, Amadou and Co.
Double with a high ball. Hennessy wins it ahead of Amwa. Jehu looking for Amwa, controls it well, but Yaudan so sneaks and gets the ball from him. Kotoko gets the free kick just outside the box. Hearts of Lions will protest, and referee will have none of that. It's a free kick for Asante Kotoko. Albert Amwa at the receiving end.
As the reaction on the faces of the Heart of Lions defenders, because they just can't believe it. That ball up here, you could see Danso just leaning on the back of Amwa to head that one, and the Bulu thought there was an illegal use of the arm at that point. And the defenders of Heart of Lions just can't believe it. Just giving away what could be a goal scoring opportunity if Kotoko should take this chance.
Patrick Esiedu has what it takes to get something out of this for Kotoko. I've also seen Lord Amwa express interest. Let's see how it goes. Hearts of Lions are busy ensuring that they are really stable with the wall before Kotoko makes that attempt for the opener. I've seen Patrick Esiedu. It's Walid Husseini, and it's gone over the bar for a goal kick.
Yeah, that option to go for power instead of trying to place that in the left top hand corner would have paid off if that one was directed on target from Walid Husseini. He just doesn't have that technique to bend it over the wall too close to the post. So he decides to just blast that one. Too much power. That shot a bit elevated over the crossbar.
Samba O'Neill Clever header back by Yao Danso to his goalkeeper Lawrence Osei.
At this point, it would feel like Heart of Lions walking away with a point rather than Kotoko ending the points at home, especially in your first home game of the season. For Heart of Lions, after 3 wins on a bounce, they'll really cherish a point. Yeah, and that's where you think Kotoko will just throw everything at them.
H.A. Dogley. Ruben Hennessy. Lord Amoa lays one onto the path of his former teammate at Brecum Chelsea, Hubert Jehu, who comes up against Alban. Lawrence Osei. Great composure from Ishmael Ado. And Kotoko have the advantage. There was an initial confusion between the linesman and the center referee, but here is Albert Amoa with a chance. Amoa, good defending from Hennessy, was just obstructing him and ensuring that he doesn't get a clean touch. And Amoa knows too well it should have been the opening goal.
That was just world class, composed by Hennessy. Just look at that, sticks in the leg, another one, ensuring that he wouldn't clatter Amoa onto the turf. And he does that so well. That was a bit destructive for Amoa to get a clean strike. See, a bit frustrated there, a bit disappointed. He couldn't just get that strike he had wanted.
Again, it's Jehu going the highway for Amoa. Lawrence Osei gets it away. H.A. Dogley. Kuma was looking for the foul. Referee's not interested. Here is Aqua for Kotoko. He turns past Hennessy, but he outdoes, tracks back well. And he's able to win a goal kick for Hearts of Lions. That's some great awareness from the right back.
Yeah, but Hearts of Lions are treading on a thin line now. They need to be careful. They need to defend resolutely, not giving away any chances at all. And this time it was done so well to raise back. Right from midfield, that's so well to get that ball out of play. It looks like Asante Kotoko are doing all they can to put them on the back foot, trying to pin them into their own 18-yard box. He's trying, load them.
Here is Faisal. Amidu Akwa, he's seen a lot of the balls in the second half from that space now. Walid Fuseni to Albert Amoa. He's up against Alban. Chance for Kotoko. And Osei's drive is straight to Lawrence Osei. The build-up was sweet. The communication was awesome. But the final delivery just can't produce the opening goal.
Not at all. Yeah, it was a good hit. But then Walid Neymar does all the work to put that one into space. Good hold-up play as well from Amoa, who returns the ball to Neymar, who just fakes that one. A bit of a dummy to set up Pedro Osei. They are knocking now. They are turning on the heat. Asante Kotoko.
15 more minutes to go. 75 minutes at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi. Kotoko nil, Hearts of Lions nil. Our Sunday special coverage of the Ghana Premier League. Here comes Lord Amoa. Hubert Jehu. That's a brilliant skill to find Amoa, but it's a decent tackle from Enim. Kotoko have a corner.
And he does well. He ensures that that ball wouldn't land in the 18-yard box. It would have been dangerous. He had men in red trying to attack that area. Oh, some good defending by the left back of Heart of Lions. And this, the moment where it gets so nervy for you, every step, every tackle, every pass could be crucial.
Patrick Asiedu to take the corner for Asante Kotoko. One of the best left backs in Ghana. These days he has to fight for the position with Joseph Amoa. And then Francis Aqua. They both came from Bechem United and Legon Cities respectively at the start of the season. Asiedu swings one to the far post. Walid Husseini is lurking. He's able to get the ball back in. Husseini Neymar goes past Konsa. Sets up, sets Osei, but is giving the ball away. Fights